Knock, knock.
Who's there?
This is Sunny on GoTarryn TV.
Welcome to GoTarryn TV. I'm Tarryn the Traveling Trainer, and today's episode number 428. And as you just heard, we are welcoming back all the way from Los Angeles, California, the original Glow Girl, Sunny, the California girl. Sunny, how are you doing out there?
I'm doing great, and it is a sunny day up here in the mountains after the snowy blizzard we went through.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I wish I could say the same out here in Atlanta, Georgia, but I can't. We've had some crummy weather, but I wish I was out there on the West Coast with y'all.
Yeah, well, you'll have to. You have to come join us on the cruise, which we'll talk about that. We got to get you on board now.
Yes, I think you're right. We've got to. I'm going to definitely talk to you about the cruise because I've got some more questions to ask you about that. We're going to plug the website for everybody out there. And also, before we even get going, I've got to give a shout out to a couple of your Glow Girl sisters, of course, Gremlina and Roxy Astor. They spoke so highly of you, but they added me to the AfterGlow Fan Cruise Party Facebook group page. And I was telling them the other day that with all the impact that Glow's had on GoTarryn TV, we're going to have to probably rename my show to GlowTarryn TV.
I love it.
I'm serious.
I think that's perfect.
I'm serious because you ladies are taking over, and it's just been so exciting, and I've just been thrilled, and I've been having a lot of good positive feedback and comments from all of my network of social media people. And also another shout-out to Diana Prince. She spoke very highly of you, and she's actually going to be a guest on GoTarryn TV in the very near future, too. We're talking probably next week. So, yeah.
Yay! How exciting! And I'm so glad and so thankful. But you're, above all, you're the best host.
Oh, you're too kind. Oh, you're too well. I think that it's very genuine and sincere because it's very authentic when you have an actual fan who lived it with you guys, back then in the day, and who's now here in the present, talking to each and every one of you. So I just find the whole thing fascinating. That's the one word I keep using when I'm talking to Roxy and Gremlina, and then of course yourself. So. Well, Sunny, let me start out by asking you this before we even get going into it. So when we were talking, and for the folks watching, this is before we started recording, Sunny was mentioning that she was getting ready to go for her hike. And the last time I had you on here on GoTarryn TV, I told you that I wanted to have you come back and talk about your workout regimen. And I know that you're really hardcore into fitness, and working out is your lifestyle, and health and wellness. You're into the natural, holistic. We touched a little bit on that. But you were saying that after we were done recording, you were going to go on your hike. Where were you going to be going out for your hike for?
Actually, I'm going up here. I live in the mountains, which is Los Padres National Forest.
Okay.
It's beautiful. Yeah, Sunny left the beach for the mountains. I know. I sort of traded up all my fans out there, but
that's all right.
It's fresh air. You breathe good up here. It's just amazing. And people are shocked because it's still California. And it snows up here. They're like, wait a minute, Sunny, you live in California. It doesn't snow in California. I go, it sure does. But I go up around here, so I do probably about a 3-mile hike.
Oh, nice.
With a good friend of mine, and I love it. Because to me, with the elevation, I'm about 5,200 feet up here.
Oh, wow.
So you're pumping extra hard for all of those people who don't know. They're just saying, oh, well, you're walking, hiking, that's nothing. But it's a lot. As you know, Tarryn, on your heart, it makes you pump harder. You're pushing more without even really feeling it because you're up in elevation.
Oh, no question.
So it's a more strenuous, hike.
Yeah, absolutely. And, also I wanted to ask you about that because, walking, hiking, really, really great cardio endurance exercise and works aerobically. Now, I understand you have a shoulder injury, a rotator cuff chronic injury. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, and apparently I went to the doctors, by the way, yesterday, as a matter of fact, and they took some blood tests and stuff to see if that's what it is. I go in for an MRI, so let's cross our fingers. That is what I'm hoping. Honestly, that is what it is because I lost a brother to cancer, and he had throat cancer, and then it went into his shoulder, which was a rare form. So, of course, Sunny's thinking positive that it is absolutely not that. We don't want it to be that, and we're going to work through it. So, a rotator cuff probably from boxing because I also box, and I believe I went and turned wrong into the punching bag, and this was probably because this injury's happened 3 months. It's been hurting, I should say, for 3 months now. So my last punch was about, 8 weeks ago. And I think I turned and may have just, I don't know what I did, Tarryn, boy, but I went for it. And when I hit the bag, I hit it.
Oh, wow.
I go for it. Like if Ronda Rousey was there, everyone's like, oh, you should be challenging Ronda. You would kick her butt. Old school style, Sonny. You could do it. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, really? I mean, yeah, she's like 20 years younger than me. I don't know. But I would sure give it my best shot. You know that.
Yeah, certainly. No, that would be awesome. Because I know that you actively still wrestle and you do stunt work currently, too. Is that correct?
Yes. When I am asked, some of the fans out there actually want custom matches, which
nice.
You'll probably see some of the pictures with me in Hollywood. That was my last one, and I actually won those, which was exciting because the fans actually get to call the shots because they're paying for those custom matches.
Gotcha.
But we still get in the ring, and we call our moves. We do our moves. We wrestle, and, that was fun. Absolutely. A good challenge. I'll never, if someone says, let's wrestle, I'll do it. Not to say I'm going to go off the third turnbuckle and do some flips or anything. No, not anymore. Those days are gone. I'm not dumb, I may play the dingy blonde, but really, I'm not. I'm brunette, guys.
Yep, we know that now. Yeah, absolutely. The secret's been revealed. And
but I do love all my glow blonde sisters out there. Anyone who's blonde. I'm not slamming you. Yeah, maybe,
Including the natural ones, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and take us through, Sonny, your workout regimen, because, again, I know that you take that very seriously. When I last spoke to you one-on-one, you were mentioning about holistic approach versus going to the doctor, going to the hospital, getting cut open, getting a prescription written, but rather you take the course of an organic, like healing yourself, almost like a whole natural self-preventative maintenance regimen. What does your workout schedule look like during the week, if you could take us through that?
Well, what I do is I use the bands, which is by Gold's Gym, because I stand by Gold.
Yes, definitely.
I'm forever a Gold's fan, and that is my number one gym since 1996. So I was one of the original OGs there at the Little Gold's in North Hollywood with Ric Drasin.
Very cool.
And that is also, you'll see that whole thing on my Facebook page. They'll give you numerous pictures of us and stuff like that. And he's the one that did the original Gold's Emlyn. If anyone wants to know about Ric Drasin, that's the man right there.
Okay.
And in bodybuilding as well. So he's been pretty much my push and force into bodybuilding and keeping it up. He was there to push me at times when I'm like, oh God, I got to get in there. And then my trainer, Marco Verdier, I'm going to give a shout out to Marco. You're awesome. and Forrest Henry, my boxing coach. Awesome people. And I get up, I do my bands, I do about 50, right now, my right arm, I'm not doing anything on the right side, so pretty much the left from what I can do, because it's hurting until we find out what's going on. But I use the bands, I do biceps, triceps, my lats, pull downs. You can do anything with the bands. If you're familiar with the bands, you can do leg lifts, sit-ups with it. I do have a sit-up machine, and I do 100 sit-ups a day. And I was doing 25 push-ups a day or every other day until the shoulder injury as well. So basically what I'm doing now is just a lot of lower body walking, hiking, what I can do that's not using my right arm or stretching it out until we find out what it is. Because if it is a torn rotator cuff, as you know, it hurts and it's not fun to go ahead and push against it right now.
Right.
So sometimes we got to listen to what doctors say, even though they're not cutting into me, and I'm not going to let them give me any, prescription meds. Heck no.
I'm right there with you. Oh, we could talk all day about that too. That's a totally other video blog I'll have to chat with you. I've got shoulder issues myself, and I could say the bands really, really helped me out in my personal rehab. I've dislocated both my shoulders, actually in wrestling matches. But yeah, that's a whole nother blog. Yeah, so I can attest and definitely validate what you just said. I love the bands. Love them. And then, okay, so aside that, you had mentioned Facebook just a couple minutes ago, and as you ladies are finding out, I'm doing major Facebook stalking on you. I'm going to ask you a personal question. I hope you won't get offended, but
Sure.
let me ask you a personal question. So I saw this is a really cute picture. I saw some pictures of some barn animals and horses at a ranch. So I wanted to ask, where were you at? Where was that all about?
That was up here. My godfather, Vincent Donofrio, which he's also on Facebook, and he's also very famous. He is the actual uncle of the actor Vincent Donofrio. That's another whole story.
Cool.
A very talented Emmy Award-winning broadcaster, singer, actor on Broadway. Oh, my gosh, the guy's voice just radiates. And he lives up here, and he's one of the reasons why I'm up here. And his son, John Carlo, has a beautiful ranch out here.
Awesome.
And it gets even better. And this is going back in the 80s. If you remember X, Blasters, and Gears,
sure,
that's the punk rock bands.
Mm-hmm.
Well, X, he lives out here as a ranch. Well, now his ex-wife, I should say his ex-wife has it. But that's where we get all the animals and everything out there. And,
that is so cool. Love it.
Yeah, and they have jousting. I love it. I'm in a video featuring with Vincent Donofrio, by the way. You can see the ranch and the horses on that. And the video is called Sometimes. Now, just to give him a quick plug, he's on YouTube under Mark Vincent, M-A-R-C, Vincent.com. Or Vincent, excuse me, MarkVincent100.com.
Okay,
yes.
I will definitely.
And you can see his stuff and hear his stuff, and I'm featuring one of the videos with that ranch and the animals, which is amazing.
That's awesome. I'm going to definitely look that up. I just wanted to say I thought that was really cute, and I could tell. I'm going to assume I know the answer to this, but are you an animal person? Do you like animals?
Oh yes, I love animals.
See, that's why we have such a strong connection, you Glow Girls and myself, because I'm a big animal advocate, animal rights, and again, those pictures are just so beautiful, and the horses, and that's awesome. I love it. What's your favorite animals?
Oh my gosh, I honestly, we have 2 cats, so I gotta say I love cats.
I have 2 cats myself as well. That's amazing. What are the cats' names?
Mr. Bentley and Mr. Rocco.
I love it. That's awesome. That is so cool.
Mr. Rocco's named after my ex-husband, who we lost in 2012 to prescription meds. So, that little one was weaned off a bottle. They're both saved.
Awesome.
They were 3-4 weeks old. One was thrown out, so they're both rescue kitties, and they're our babies. Yes.
Oh, that's sweet. I love it.
They're wonderful, wonderful cats. And, I love dogs. I just don't have them because it's just tough in the regimen of everyday life. Dogs are more needy like children, and I raise my own, so cats are a little bit more independent. Now, if a dog needed a home, I'd take him in for sure. Absolutely.
I know you would.
Yeah.
But I totally agree with you, and that's why I don't have a dog either. It's the same thing. I totally agree. It's a new.
They need much more love.
Yes, and like you said, it's a new child and more time.
Yes.
A lot more time.
Yes.
Well, speaking of children, let me ask you this question, Sunny. You are a mother, but also I understand you're a grandmother as well. Is that correct?
Yes, I have 2 beautiful grandsons.
That is amazing.
Ethan and Aiden. Yes.
I have a nephew named Aiden. That's so Ethan and Aiden.
Right, Ethan and Aiden.
Cool.
And they're 8 and 11.
That's oh my goodness. I would never have been able to believe that because again, looking at you and you know where I'm going, I would say I could believe maybe you could be a mother, but I can't believe that you could be a grandmother. There's no way. But that's amazing.
Thank you.
I mean
bless you. I'm going to keep doing this show. This is awesome.
Well, you're a great testament for anybody watching what exercise does and why it's important to eat right and take care of your body. Because if you could do that and be a mother and grandmother, then again, that speaks a lot of volumes for anybody listening out there.
Thank you. The best thing is as far as health and, is just cut back on fats. I mean, especially, here's the number one theory. If you crave something, don't deprive yourself because the worst thing is to do that because then you want to scarf out on everything, especially when it comes to sweets. So if you're craving something, you just fulfill that craving, but it's in portion. Right. You have to do everything in portion, in moderation. And I eat a lot of greens. And like I think I told you on the last show, I do mother's vinegar. The shot of Brog, it has to be Brog mother's vinegar. It's an organic apple cider vinegar. It's the best healing for everything, against cancer, against anything in your body, against heartburn even. It takes away heartburn. let's see, and then you go into natural liquid vitamin C's. Liquid form hits the blood better, and you don't, if I could say that, it doesn't go out your system. You don't wake up in the morning. Sometimes people can overdose on vitamins. They can take too many.
Sure.
So you've got to just regiment everything and what your body needs. But if you're eating healthy, you're eating salads, a lot of greens, and you're watching your fat intake, you should be okay. Again, you got to watch your sugars, your high cholesterol. Don't eat too many eggs out there. It's the yellow egg that kills. You've just got to watch what you intake. You agree, right? And the blender,
yeah.
Do you do blending?
I don't. I believe in it. I love it. I would if I had more time, but I'm never at home, so I'm never in a place where I could do that. I'm always on the go in my car or at clients' houses or in my studio recording. So I don't have time, but I'm a firm believer in it. I mean, I go all the time to we have out here Smoothie King, Planet Smoothie, and I'll often go there.
There you go.
Yeah,
love it.
But I know I could save a lot of money doing it myself. But I'm with you though. If I could do it myself, I would. But the next best thing, I just stop and buy one myself whenever I'm on the go.
How about the kombucha?
Tell us about that. I'm not familiar with that.
That stuff's really good. That's a mix with also vinegar, and it's got like chia seed. It's got all these different seeds in it, which I also use in my blendies. I'll add chia and flaxseed. Flaxseed is the best for your heart.
Yes, I've heard.
Keeps your
really
heart
good.
pumping and healthy. Yeah. And use a little olive oil here and there to cook. I don't use butter, real butter. You can use the stuff that tastes like butter pretty much is safer, I think.
Sure.
But every female out there needs a little bit of that to go, to make everything run smooth through the body. That's the must.
Yeah, certainly. And I mean, that's great. We talk about, the disease prevention. That's why we're eating healthy and working out and such. Last time I had you on here, I know that we talked a little bit about your past on how you got involved. Can you talk a little bit more now about the what you do with being a spokesperson for not only the diabetes but also other disease awareness out there like cancer and what have you? Right.
Well, diabetes, I watched my mom. I was growing up with her, and my mom was overweight. And I was raised by my great aunt. Actually, I was handed over at 3 days old. So to watch her, and your parents are everything as you're growing up. You mimic them. But definitely. I was watching her suffer. She would give herself 3 shots a day as a diabetic. She was a type 2, and believe it or not, how she got diabetes, here comes the thing, because I tell people, they're like, shucks, especially guys, because guys like drinking beer. My mom drank beer, and the yeast in the beer turns to what? Sugar. And that's how she got her diabetes, was from beer, Budweiser. Not Bud Light, but pure Budweiser. And I tell people that's how it is. And so I'm really not a beer drinker. I'll drink pear beer because of that. So that stayed with me. And just to watch her, and ultimately at the end, it's just the suffering. Yeah. The gangrene, and they wanted to cut her leg off from diabetes. She went through so much, the eyesight, and all the way to the end. And I took care of my mom for a year in hospice, and it just wow, it opened my eyes to not only her, but other elders that were in there. It broke my heart just watching to see what was going on in there. So from there on, that's why I said, that's it. I started the diabetes thing, and I did the diabetes walk and raised some money. This past year, cancer, that's my, I lost my brother in September to cancer, as I just said, which was a shocker because he was healthy, but he smoked. I don't smoke. I don't like smoking, it's tough. Of course, people do survive all their life and smoke all their life. So it's again, the gene, it's all our makeup that we're born with, we can't explain it, but don't push it, why do it,
Right. Yeah,
you're blessed. Go with it and run with it. But yeah, unfortunately, I lost my brother, and that was my younger brother, so that killed me. So cancer, I stand by cancer because he has a rare one, and they donated his kidneys, his heart, his liver, everything that was there to find out and do the research on it. He had squamous cell, which squamous cell is a common. They say it could be skin cancer, could be this, but there's rare squamous cells. and he had a rare one that they didn't even know what it was when it attacked his shoulder. So they donated, and now hopefully they're doing the research on it to find out what type of cancer that was. So that was like something that was an eye-opener. I was like, what? What do you mean they don't know? What do you mean? Because there's cancers. They know all these cancers, you know, so it was like, wow. And so, yeah, that's where my heart is, my passion. And my birth father, you know, passed away from cancer as well. He had cancer throughout his body, and he died with a brain tumor, brain cancer. So, yeah, that's another close to my heart. Breast cancer, I have a sister-in-law that with 10, 12 years now fighting breast cancer. She had a triple mastectomy, and then it went into the liver. She has surgery, and you'd see on Facebook, speaking of animals, Tarryn, she has so many animals on there, and that's Michelle Reagan. That woman I give so much props to, and I love her dearly, and that's my ex-husband's twin sister.
Oh,
and she's a survivor, and she's still going at it, and she's an animal advocate, and she loves them all. She just got a new cat, a Savannah, by the way.
That's cute.
But now she's getting a goat, and she's got 3 dogs, a cat, a bunny, a pig, the black pig you'll see on their surface. Boo is his name.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. She is something very, oh, my gosh. You know, she keeps me going just to watch her. Yeah, she's a true inspiration. So much props to Michelle Reagan.
She's a true animal lover. I'll have to send her a friend request then also.
Absolutely. Oh, yes. Do that.
That's
yes.
awesome.
And Bob Reagan, her husband, is the one who puts the NASA, SpaceX. That's Bob Reagan. That's my brother-in-law.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that's some history right there in the making.
That is so cool. Wow, that's unbelievable. Wow. Very, very cool. Well, excellent. So is there, before we move on to the Afterglow Cruise Party, I'm going to ask you some questions. But is there anything else you want to say on that topic about, do you have any other speaking engagements coming up here soon or anytime in the near future?
Yes, I've got one coming up in March that I'm actually really excited. And once I get more info, maybe on the next show, I'll get it to you where it's going to be at.
Please.
It's going to be up in Northern California, but I'll be hosting this one.
Yay!
Excellent. And as you know, Sonny loves the mic.
I think we'll have some knock-knock jokes in the future then, right there, it sounds like.
Absolutely. You know it. You know it. I hope nobody's going to be close by, so I'm going to take that mic and hit it. You know, maybe Johnny C. will appear. I get to hit him over the head again.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's a great, I love it. So yeah, you read my mind. I'm going to ask you to come back in a couple of weeks here to talk about that on the next video blog I interview you on. So that's a great transition now from there. Now let's talk about the Afterglow Sea Party, the event coming up in May 22nd. We're getting very close to that. And Sonny, first and foremost, let me ask you this. Roxy Astor broke the news last week about Matilda the Hun being there to sign the autograph book for the Glamazon. What's your familiarity with Matilda the Hun, and what can you tell us about her and the autobiography that she wrote?
I love her, and I love her book. That, to me, again, she's at the forefront of wrestling. If there was any role model, that's her. Absolutely. She's amazing, and she's, what can I say? You know what? What I can say is if you go on that cruise, Tarryn, you'll get to hang with her, and you'll see. She'll just melt your heart. And she's funny. She's amazing. I wouldn't want to get on her bad side, though, because when she comes out of that wheelchair, she'll flip you.
I believe it. She'll hit
you over the head with it. She might eat you as meat, as she does.
Absolutely. No, she seems like an amazing woman as well. I think that's wonderful that she's going to join y'all. And
oh yeah, I'm so excited. We've got a good crew. I mean, all these girls are amazing. And thank you again, Roxy Astor out there. You know I love you, girl. And high five. That's our personal inside joke. The high five. And little Grammy, ankle biter. I got to run from her, but she likes my ankles. But then I can pick her up and toss her. She knows that. But I love all my Glow sisters. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Well, y'all are amazing. And, last time, of course, we played word association for all the rest of the girls that are going to be on there. Now let's turn it around a little bit, because when I talked to Roxy and Gremlina last week, they kind of took the lead and talked about some of the amazing fans that Glow has. And as far as the fans go, what's your impression and take? Because I'll just ask you this, from my own perspective, it seems like you guys have the largest, most devoted fan base out there. But what would you say as far as the fan base that Glow has?
I'm blessed, thankful that we do. We have the best fans. They're funny, they're talented. Adrian Duarte, I can't even say enough about him. He just surprises me every day with what he does in the makes. He made these glow bulbs. We have Sean Campbell, who made the cutest little dolls, and I still have to get one yet, which I will. Of us. I mean, those are some dedicated fans, and he's doing some really cool magazine on all of us girls, which,
cool.
Write comments, please. Help Sean Campbell out. Write comments on your favorite Glow girls, or all of us Glow girls, these fans are really dedicated to us for almost 30 years now. This is the 30th year. Even though I wasn't in the first or second season, I was the third and fourth season girl.
Right.
But it's amazing, Tarryn. And Diana Prince, love her. She's going to be on She's Larger Than Life. I mean, that one, I can't wait to meet them all. I'm so excited.
Yeah, on Diana Prince, it's funny. She had wrote something on Facebook when I invited her to come on here. She said that she'll take me up on the offer, but keep in mind she has a very dirty mind and a filthy mouth. And I told her it's okay because GoTarryn TV's uncensored, so it works out perfectly both ways.
Well, darn, why didn't you tell me that now?
Exactly. That's what Roxy said too.
But it can be funny and kind of bad too,
That'll lead the people into watching you on the next video blog, because we'll say we got Sunny uncensored on the next GoTarryn TV show, so they'll definitely want to.
That's right. I got some dirty knock-knock jokes.
I love it. That'll be wonderful. And then, okay, so, and of course we touched on this too. You're going to be doing the surf and turf as part of your, giving back and offering to the fans there on the cruise. So you're going to teach people how to actually surf on the cruise.
That's
itself.
Right. Yeah, and
Very
also
cool.
on your companion's back, or whatever your choice is. There,
nice.
If you get mad, you can jump on them and surf on their back and pull their hair at the same time.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that sounds like so much fun. Well, Sunny, this has been just amazing again. The past 30 minutes with you has flown by too quickly, way, way too fast. And again, I can't wait to have you back on. But before I let you go, I've got a couple more things I wanted to ask you. One is, do you want to give any plugs? I guess maybe we could plug the American Adversaries Talk Radio, maybe?
Sure, American Adversaries Talk Radio, which is AM 550, AM 550, FM 660, I believe, and they're out of Florida.
And we've got it on the screen there as well, too.
Yes, I do that show every Sunday at 4 p.m. Cali time.
Gotcha.
Sunny comes on and we talk about political meets wrestling and all the current trending events, breaking news. Trump, if he's taking a dump or not, we don't know. Or Hillary, go Bernie, all of them. I mean, right now it's the top three. I put it out there on my Facebook. Boy, did that stir up some things. And then we have, of course, AfterGlowCTravel.com. Got to go there and sign up, get your cabin, get it booked.
Absolutely.
And I know, Tarryn, you are, so we'll have you on board because it's going to be so much fun.
Certainly.
And Roxy and I said we're gonna talk you into it. So we are. Yeah, you're already a hit. You know that. Everybody loves you, and
thank you.
As rightfully so. You're a great host and a good show. So everyone listen to Tarryn TV.
Oh, you're too sweet, Sunny. That is kind. Well, I really appreciate that. And I guess the last thing to tell you, I guess for the Super Bowl, I think you're choosing the Panthers, if I read your Facebook status correctly.
That's right.
Yeah.
I had to put that one on to get that going, to get everyone's blood boiling. I like to see diversity and see what everyone has to say and talk about, because that's what makes the world go round, and that's why we're on here.
Certainly.
Talking
yeah.
and because everyone has a voice, everyone has an opinion, and hey, and us wrestlers, we certainly do. That's all we do is talk. So yeah, I'm definitely for the Panthers because you know what? They haven't won yet. They're the underdog. The Broncos won twice. They've been there.
Exactly.
And my Patriots didn't make it, which I'm kind of bummed. But hey,
I'm sorry.
They've won enough as well. So, and I'm a true Raiders girl and a Rams and New England Patriots and Miami Dolphins forever since I represented them. So, always got their back.
There you go. Very good, Sunny. Well, Again, Sonny, we're going to be sending you some positive waves on the shoulder. Keep us posted on that. I'll ask you about that on the next video blog. I'm sure we'll talk about that. And again, just we'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers, and I'm sure you're going to be just A-okay.
Thank you, doll. Absolutely. I'm going to go now, change, get my hiking boots on, and I'm going to go hike.
Perfect. We're right on schedule. And Sonny, again, I can't thank you enough for coming on GoTarryn TV, and let's have you back on here very soon.
Would love to. Everyone have a sunny, sunny California day.
There you go.